welcome to or welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Vanilla, for those of you who do or do not know, and as you can see from the title, today we're talking self-improvement in 2022. Let's get on into it. So I don't know if you guys have seen it, but my YouTube homepage is just full of these different videos like that 5 a.m. that girl morning routine, or that girl self-care routine, or becoming that girl. It's just this trend of this whole that girl thing. I don't know if you guys have seen it, but it's all over my YouTube homepage considering the kind of videos that I watch. For a long time I was wondering, what is this that girl? You know, I kind of assumed, you know, maybe it's just like, you know, one of the best looking, best kept, you know, best clean kept girls or whatever. But I actually went and I looked it up, and it turns out that girl, and this is literally what it says, is someone who prioritizes themselves in a good way. So, and of course we're talking about a girl, of course it was that girl. So as I came to think about it, I was like, okay, and I watched these videos because they're interesting to see, you know, what is this that girl morning routine, or this that girl self-care routine, or how are people becoming that girl or whatever. And I came to fall in love with this concept, and I was like, I want to be that girl. So as we moved into the end of this past year and into the new year, I said that's what my New Year's resolution and my goal is going to be. Everything's going to be centered around this idea of being that girl. How are we going to do that? Let's get into that. So how I see myself becoming that girl this year is to really center all of my goals, my ideals, my resolutions, everything around my higher self. So if you're wondering what exactly your higher self is, I like to give the example of, think of you at your best. Think of you done reached all your goals, and what exactly does that person do? Does that person wake up early? Does that person go to the gym every day? Does that person eat healthy? Does that person take themselves out once a week or once a month? What exactly does that best version of you do? And that would be considered your higher self. So I started thinking about this, and I was like, you know, what exactly is my higher self doing? And I decided that I would write it out, and I can show you guys. I would write it out, and everything that I would write out would have a specific section. So I have a higher self for my morning routine, a higher self for my night routine, a higher self in my education, a higher self with my content creation, a higher self with my hobbies, and a higher self with my self-care. And it's literally 3 pages worth. It's down to the tiniest detail. And I go into everything just to see if, you know, what exactly are these things that my higher self would do. Like what do I see future me, you know, at this at my best, you know, what I'm thinking, what does she do? And I guess in order to become that girl is I'm going to start showing up as my higher self instead of just doing the mediocre average things that I do. You know, how can I improve that and start showing up as my higher self? And like I said, I wrote it out. It's on my computer now, typed it up, everything, so that I really have a guide, you know, so I can go back and look at it and start implementing these things into my daily life and the things that I do and everything. Like, I can give you guys an example real quick. So let's see, something that I don't do that I wrote down is I don't do my skincare every day and every night like I'm supposed to. I wrote here my higher self does my skincare in the daytime and at the nighttime like I'm supposed to. That's one thing, and that's something little. So your higher self doesn't have to be, oh my gosh, she runs 10 miles every day. It doesn't have to be something as detrimental as that, but it can be little things that you know, you think to yourself, I should be doing that, you know. And does your higher self do that? Yeah, he does. So maybe you should be getting into that a little bit. So yeah, that's what I wrote for all of my higher self, and that is how I'm going to start getting into my that girl phase. Does that make sense to you guys? I'm gonna stop doing that because it's a real thing. I'm going to be starting to become that. And then I'm going to implement it into all of my resolutions, all of my goals. And I'm gonna tell you guys about those too as well. Okay, guys, I have a whole notebook here with so much stuff written out for y'all because this is a lengthy topic, you know what I'm saying? So 2022, you know, everybody goes into a new year. Everybody asking, what's your New Year's resolution? What's your New Year's what's your New Year's resolution? And a lot of times I don't entirely believe in having New Year's resolutions. The only reason why is because a lot of times I feel like once you speak it out, it gets negative energy put upon it by other people. Everybody hears somebody's New Year's resolution, they're like, oh, you're not going to do that. And that's negative energy being manifested automatically just because you're speaking that out there. So that's why I don't even like really speaking out any resolutions or any goals or anything, because people wish bad things on people. People wish bad on people's dreams and their goals and everything. And it's like, and a lot of times you don't even mean to, but you have a goal or you have a resolution, but you don't stay consistent with it. So what happens with most people's New Year resolution? You hear it all the time. People be like, oh, I'm gonna go to the gym. And the gym is bussing with people January, February. By March, it's not nearly the same amount of people. So that's why I don't really ever speak on them. But I decided to change that whole aspect this time. Doesn't matter what any kind of energy anybody's gonna put on whatever I say. It's not going to matter because I'm still going to achieve my resolutions and my goals anyway. So my goals and resolutions this year, I don't know if you guys know, but I am a senior in high school this year. If you watched my getting ready for my senior night, you would know that. And I have a lot of education-based goals. In the beginning of the year, I want a 4.0 GPA goal, so that is a continuation. This year will be a continuation of that goal as well. I made a goal that I will get into my dream school. If you watched my senior night video, you know that my dream school is the Howard University. I have gotten into several colleges already. As you do know, senior year, if you are going to college, it's going to be hectic. And it is hectic because you are applying to schools and doing your FAFSA, and just it's so much that you got going on. So it's been a lot of that. And I have gotten some schools. I've gotten some scholarship money. I've gotten quite a bit. So I'm doing the thing. Haven't quite gotten to my dream school yet, but we're waiting. This is the month. I'm claiming it, but we're not going to talk about that right now. So yeah, that 4.0 GPA, that get into that dream school, all of this year is like a really big education-based year for me because, you know, not even a year from now, I'm praying that I'm going to be in a college dorm at the school of my dreams. Going to school for law, doing what I want to do. So my goals and resolutions this year is very much centered up, how am I going to show up as my higher self to make sure that education wise, let's say I do get into the dream school, we're going to pray on it, how am I going to make sure that that is me showing up as my higher self for my education. As far as my personal goals go, for my hobbies, as you guys can see, I'm a plant mom. I want to get more into that. I am big on spirituality, and I have been my entire life. So, but I want to get more into that and more into my peace and everything, because if you know, spirituality has a lot more to do with yourself, more than just the crystals and the books and everything like that. It is a lot of your own stuff, so you gotta really get into that. And I've been saying I'm gonna get into it. Also the mental health aspects, because the spirituality and mental health, they do go hand in hand. Handling my mental health is the best way possible. If you know me, I'm an advocate for mental health. I'm an advocate for mental health and no stigma, especially in people of color and their communities. I'm big on that. So, like, how can I show up as my higher self and make sure that I'm handling my mental health correctly, taking mental health days, making sure that the people that I care about are handling their mental health correctly, stuff like that, So I have a lot of different things that I want to get into this year and get more into. But there are two words that I feel like are going to define my year this year. The first word is self-discipline. So I think I have this bad habit that I have to get out of, and that is that I normally do very good in school. I normally do very good at most of the things that I do, but the problem is I feel like I could do a lot better if I had a little more self-discipline. I didn't procrastinate. I didn't, be like, oh, whatever, I'm not gonna put my best foot forward or whatever it is. And if I had more self-discipline, I could get that A100 on everything and do whatever it is that I'm trying to do to the best of my ability. And this year, why be anything less than what I really can be? So we're gonna, we're gonna have that self-discipline. We're gonna do what we're supposed to do. The second word of the year is going to be consistency. And I'm especially telling you guys this because I love doing YouTube. I have so much fun doing YouTube, but it's like I have so much fun and then I don't post for forever. Why? And I do want to grow with this. So, you know, why not be consistent? Why not do what you're supposed to do? You know, do the things that you need to do to stay consistent. Keep putting videos out, do everything, have the fun that you're having, you know, and, you know, grow like you want to. Also post on Instagram and everything because, you know, YouTube and Instagram, that kind of goes hand in hand as well. So consistency is key for this, but that is going to be something that I'm going to be big on this year because I want to see everything that I really care about grow. You know, if I want my grades to be good, I'm gonna consistently study. I'm not gonna study twice, one time throughout the whole year and stop. If I want to see a body change, I'm gonna go to the gym. I'm gonna stay consistent with the gym or stay consistent with my healthy diet, something like that. But I really want to see some real change this year. You know what I'm saying? So self-discipline and consistency, those are my two big words this year. And with combining all of those things, the higher self, those two words, my ideas, my resolutions, everything showing up as that higher self, like I said, that is how I am going to become that girl. And you guys are going to hold me to it. And that's why I'm uploading this video, so you guys can hold me to the entire thing, the whole thing. So yeah, that is what we are talking about. We're talking 2022, we're talking self-improvement, we're talking better, and we're talking that girl. That's what we're going to be giving all year. You guys can check back with me on December 31st, 2022, and I want you guys to see who I am and tell me, am I that girl? We will find out. Well, thank you for sitting here with me today, just having a little girl talk, just a little sit down, enjoying the little vibe, and talking, like I said, self-improvement 2022, everything. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Refer me to a friend. You know, it won't hurt. You know, a little support won't hurt nobody, but anyway. And stay tuned for the next video because there will be one and you can hold me to it. Thank you.